Hey everybody, and welcome back, fans of silver and gold. I'm your video host, Florida Stacker, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. Glad that you're here. This channel is a goal-oriented precious metals focused channel where my aim is really to show you how I stack precious metals and cover the many reasons why it has benefited my life in many ways. Here on this channel, we unbox real precious metals with an emphasis on filling empty coin tubes with bullion silver coins, silver being cheaper than gold. It's a great starting point, and also silver has a lot of potential and is not banging off of its all-time high like gold, so it is my preference right now. I also like to review modern collectible coins and discuss how and when they fit into my stacking strategy. If you're interested in building tangible savings in precious metals and learning about investment opportunities with the miners and royalties, as well as collecting a little bit, that is, then this channel is for you, and I'm happy that you're here. All right, today we're going to unbox 8 ounces of silver. I'm going to be finishing a tube of 20 coins, the Australian silver kangaroos to be precise. Afterwards, I want to cover a few highlights of a highly successful gold mining IPO that I did cover on my channel last week, trading on the NASDAQ, that does have some exciting news and prospects. But before then, I'd like to get to these coins, including the Philharmonics. Now, I placed an order with Apmex back on May 17th for 8 ounces of silver to complete our tube of Australian silver kangaroos, as well as make progress on this tube of 23 Vienna Philharmonics, commonly known as Austrian Philharmonics or just Phils here in the United States. Now, both of these coins are sovereign backed by the Australian as well as Austrian governments alike, and are minted at highly reputable and historical mints. Although the kangaroo is a bit new to the scene as compared to the Phil, having emerged within the last decade as an investment-grade silver bullion coin, it is widely known now and accepted at all, jewelry shops, coin dealers, and bullion dealers here in North America. And I wouldn't have any concerns with, being able to part with them if you needed to, okay? So these are pretty liquid coins I'm showing you. Now, the positives of either of these two coins is a lower premium over spot as compared to other popular bullion coins that folks like to stack, such as the American Silver Eagle coin, or my favorite, the Canadian Silver Maple Leaf. Now, a few negatives that come to mind with these coins in particular are the risk of milk spots developing over time, and can even happen at the time of purchase when you open up the package, which really does nothing to decrease the intrinsic value of the coin, but can deter others from wanting to purchase them in the future. I've covered milk spots 1,000 times on this channel, but they're really just a result of chemical residue really from the cleaning process when the coin's planchet is cleaned before, it's actually stamped with whatever it is that's going to be placed onto the coin, whether it be a, generic round or an American Silver Eagle. The other negative I would say is that these particular coins, well, they are a little bit less popular with stackers and collectors than the American Silver Eagle or Canadian Silver Maple Leaf. And so, demand isn't really as high for these coins here in North America. But remember, they're very liquid. You can easily sell them. They're a little cheaper to buy. And an ounce of silver in dire times especially is an ounce of silver. All right, the premium differences between various coins and rounds today really won't matter as much when silver makes its parabolic run in the future, which is inevitable, and everyone will be wanting to own silver. That FOMO factor that we've seen in the past, when that happens, you'll have no problem selling silver during that time for a nice profit too. So that completes our tube of 2022 Australian silver kangaroos, and we now have 10 Vienna Philharmonics, or halfway to go in our goal of completing this tube of silver coins. They are, a pretty good price, the Philharmonics, so shouldn't take us too much time to get this one done. I do plan to place an order for 5 more of them tomorrow, and I'll likely add a few random coins to my order as well, to do some reviews here on the channel, maybe something like a modern collectible. So drop any suggestions in the comment section if there is something that you would like me to review here on the channel. I'm happy to consider what you've got. I'll also be starting a tube of the 2023 Silver Maple Leaf soon. Really excited to do that, and I plan to finish this tube here, the Sunshine Minting Silver Rounds. I've only got 4 of them, so 16 to go. and I will get to those as my budget allows later this summer. So I'd like to know your thoughts on the kangaroo coin or the Philharmonic, and if you could let me know in the comments section, if you could only stack one of these two silver coins, which one would it be and why? Last week, I introduced my channel to a little-known emerging gold mining company that just completed a successful IPO, or initial public offering, on the NASDAQ here in the United States. Launching a bit more than a month back, around $9 per share, US Gold Mining Incorporated, NASDAQ stock ticker symbol USGO, is now trading just below $15 per share. Nice little gain there, but it did pull back a little recently due to gold's spot price retreat, coming back from its all-time high. Now, I've picked up a few $100s worth of the stock so far, and I will continue to add to my position each Friday when I'm paid, until the stock reaches about $20 per share. That's about the time that I plan to hold, and I'll be looking to take profits in this one once the share price gets around $25 per share, which should offer me a nice 20 to 50% gain depending on those entry prices I talked about. Now, if gold rises 1% in spot price, stocks like this can see a 3x, 5x, even a 10x gain in one single day, especially when the big banks and brokerages get in to that particular stock, making for a nice payday for those shareholders that are looking to make a profit. For long-term holders, there's also another benefit that I really want to speak to, but we're going to get to that in just a minute, okay? Because I see this as a possibility given gold's performance over the last few years, with its continued rise in spot price due to the banking problems, dollar weakness, credit problems, political issues, war in Europe, and now the federal debt ceiling issue that still exists today in our economy. Okay, there's many reasons to hold physical gold, and if you're looking to leverage gold's performance, then stocks like this can make you a good buck pretty quick. The Whistler project contains 9.4 million ounce equivalent resources of gold, silver, and copper, with 1/3 of that quantity being measured and the other 2/3 inferred at this time. That is a tremendous amount of wealth in the ground and represents purchasing gold at around $15 per ounce. When you do the math and you add it all up, that's the price you're paying for the gold in the ground. Now, three things really make this one a winner for me that include the upcoming drilling campaign that is set to launch this summer, which in my opinion will bring the amount of measured equivalent resources much higher, okay? Because they're going to be drilling, you're going to get real world results, something that we can actually look at instead of based off of previous drill results or best guesses, okay? These are good best guesses, but it's still always nice to know what you're working with, right? So that's going to enhance the enterprise value of the Whistler project when we get those up-to-date real world results. That's a tough one for me to say here this summer. Okay, secondly, there have been 3 buyouts in that very same region of Alaska over the last couple of years, and the man who is leading this company, CEO Tim Smith, has demonstrated success in this area, having previously sold companies for a great valuation that had a whole lot less gold in the ground at a time when gold's spot price was a lot less than today. So he's got a track record of success, and these upcoming drill results could make Whistler much more valuable than we know today. And that is where smart money is betting, okay? That's why the price is running up. And if it gets over $20, it could get added to the Russell 2000 index, which means ETFs and big brokerage banks will start purchasing. It'll end up in retirement funds and all sorts of things, okay? And that buying right there being added to the Russell 2000 will really help the stock's price, okay? Now, Newmont is a big player in the area, and someone like Newmont could come along and, based on those drill results, decide to make an offer that USGO and its leadership team, that is, would be very happy to entertain, okay? Now, there are other big companies in the area, and it just simply takes too much time and investment for those companies to discover, a new deposit, and then to build the infrastructure in the area, then to begin, drilling to get real valuations, and then mining, and the whole process can take up to 10 years, right, to start a new gold mine. So it's very cost beneficial for these big, huge mining operations to look at smaller companies that are sitting on the gold, silver and copper in this case, and then make an offer that is good for both companies to get those precious metals to the market much sooner than it otherwise would be. Now, third, USGO is well funded with nearly $20 million in cash on hand, and they currently possess zero debt, which is great because, as you know, financing today, it's just not as cheap given the interest rate increases that we've seen over the last 2 years. So having the ability to fund your own operation with existing capital is a big plus in my opinion. Okay, so if you're interested in learning more about USGO, then please check out my feature video on the company that I did last week, and that should pop up here in the top right corner if you want to click on that after this video ends here in just a minute. So thank you all for watching today's video. I really appreciate you being here. I appreciate you checking out all my links and checking out USGO. And I'd also like to hear what you think about the Philharmonics and the Australian silver kangaroos down in the comments section. So thanks again, friends. Really appreciate you being here. Please do consider subscribing if you haven't already. And I'll see you again soon on another precious metals focused video.